Just as a person is best described by their actions, movements, and habits, the history, structure, way of life, and rules of an entire people are reflected in their collective activities, such as dances. In folk dances, one can trace the historical journey of a people, their rises and falls. Dance reflects the character and temperament of people like nothing else. Assalamu alaikum, this is Fin. Today we will talk about the folk dances of Azerbaijanis, how they originated, what they mean, and most importantly, what they reveal about Azerbaijanis. At the end, the traditional question. Getih. At first glance, folk dances are simply beautiful movements set to folk music. But if you look deeper, it becomes clear. Dance is a medium, a way to transmit information about a people and the people who perform it. It's not only about cultural traditions and values, but also about daily life, concerns, social roles, and relationships within society. For example, the Italian tarantella, a healing dance against spider bites. The Russian kalinka is about the harvest and joy of labor. The dances of the Maasai tribe in Africa, a test of endurance and bravery for young men. Through dance, people tell stories about their relationship with nature, historical experience, beliefs, and leisure. Passed down from generation to generation, dances preserve the connection to the past and help to understand the values and symbols of a nation. Moreover, the movements can indicate whether a people were sedentary or nomadic. Dances of nomadic peoples, dynamic, free, focused on movement, strength, and endurance. Dances of sedentary peoples, smoother, ritualistic, emphasizing costume and symbolism. Fairly speaking, over time, cultures have borrowed elements from each other, and modern dances often combine both approaches. Folk dances developed alongside society and culture. In the Middle Ages, stable types of dances appeared, each region having its own style. Over time, folk dance became its own stage art, studied and performed by professional ensembles and theaters. By character, Azerbaijani folk dances are slow and lyrical, joyful and lively, energetic, solemn and majestic. The full list of Azerbaijani dances is large, from Garabaghi and Tarakama to Vagzali and Shalakho. Typically, an Azerbaijani folk dance has three parts. First part, fast-paced, circular movement. Second part, lyrical. It's called süzme. The dancer freezes, the body held upright, posture proud. Third part, movement around the circle again, ceremonial and full of emotion. Many elements in the dances come from sports and competitions, as well as daily activities like farming, livestock raising, and shepherding. You can recognize gestures of a plowman, vine grower, or shepherd. At the same time, the Turkic roots appear in dances dedicated to nature. In Nabi, Lalya, Banofsha, names of flowers and fruits. There are also ritual dances. For example, Samani, dedicated to the arrival of spring, or Köskosa, as well as wedding dances. By the way, we have separate videos about weddings, links in the description. Most Azerbaijani dances are solo, reflecting the role of a visible leader. A separate case is the dance Yalli and its variations. Koshari, Uchayak, Tello. There are joyful circle dance performed at celebrations and festivals. Even in the collective dance Yalli, the importance of the leader is emphasized. Norwegian traveler Tur Heyerdahl, referring to the Gobustan rock carvings, claimed that Yalli is a very ancient dance. An interesting detail: a selected person leads with a stick. If participants do not follow the leader's movements and gestures, they may be disciplined with the stick. Unity and discipline are thus achieved through the leader's will, carrot, and stick. The main feature of men's dance is footwork. Sharp rises on tiptoes, landing on knees, jumps. This is typical for many Caucasian dances, and it's not surprising. In women's dance, the main focus is on hand movement, smooth rhythm, and upper body expressiveness. Long skirts dictated slow leg movements, so attention was on the hands, shoulders, head, and facial expression. There is a legend about the origin of the dance Turaci. Turac is a gray partridge whose movements the dancer imitates. Legend says that at the court of the Karabakh Khan Najaf Kulu, a dancer's skill was compared to the movements of this bird. Despite a conservative society, professional female dancers performed at men's gatherings, mostly in urban settings. They didn't perform publicly on the streets, strictly maintained their reputation, and were respected. Most came from Şamaxı, a city renowned for masters of folk art until a devastating earthquake in the 19th century. As dances were performed with live accompaniment, musicians also made a huge contribution. One virtuoso was Ali Karimov, or Ali Dada, from near Şamaxı, founder of his own school and author of of dances, including Gövheri, Precious Gem. The first professional dance ensemble in Azerbaijan appeared in 1938. 20 years later, the girls' ensemble Çınar, led by Amina Dilbazi, was created and soon became professional. Thanks to prominent representatives, Azerbaijani national dance not only survived but developed both during the Soviet era and after the restoration of independence. Today, national dances are an essential part of official and public events, holidays, children's dance schools, and of course weddings. They are protected both inside and outside the country. For example, in 2018, Yalli and its variants were included in UNESCO's list of intangible heritage in need of urgent safeguarding. In recent years, youth have become increasingly interested in learning folk dances. For example, before weddings, groom, bride, and friends increasingly rehearse national dances with professional choreographers to perform them meaningfully and gracefully, rather than simply waving their hands to music. The audience clears space, freezes, and watches with genuine interest. Like any living cultures, dancing transforms over time, reflecting socio-cultural changes. Today, dance traditions from different countries increasingly borrow elements from one another, creating new forms and styles. On social networks, dances based on national movements but adapted to modern rhythm and visual formats have gained wide popularity, and this should not be feared. Performances combining traditional choreography with modern audiovisual effects allow audiences, both local and international, to see national dances in a completely new light. Like the dances of other people, Azerbaijani dances expresses joy, sorrow, love, and struggle. Through these emotions expressed in movement, Azerbaijanis self-express, while others learn about their culture. That is why it is so important to maintain a balance between innovation and respect for roots. So what do you think? Is it worth combining traditional folk dance choreography with modern technologies? What are the pros and cons? Subscribe, like, hit the bell, leave comments, and share this video with friends. By the way, this video is also available in Russian, and remember, there is no good or bad culture, there is simply a different culture. Salamat kalın.